Good evening to anybody who may be watching. We welcome you back to another episode of Pathfinder with Epic and Friends. Tonight, it is with deep sorrow that I must express that Fionn once again will be unable to join us. She sadly does not have access to internet in her new apartment as of yet. She should be good to go next week, provided nothing bad happens. To anyone who may have just experienced Hurricane Michael from Florida, know that our thoughts and prayers are with you. Dequest and myself both caught the tail end of it. However, we're both fine, as you can probably tell from us being here. Additionally, Worksend will be late, as is customary at this point. Regardless, we welcome you back. In our last session, our intrepid band of heroes once more
almost died.
Only one of us
began their pathway to Aleport, and with it toward Dak's adoptive brother, Arsenis. Regardless, as they made their journey with Captain Santiago Morales and the Sea Phantom crew, they found themselves attacked by a group of pirates under the command of Captain Madison. While Captain Madison was not aboard the ship that attacked them, nor did he deem it fit to board them, as a number of other pirates did, the crew nonetheless did some hearty damage to the party, with Kato Hellstrom and Yedrin Hunt nearly dying from the event, Yedrin going unconscious, while Kato was brought to the brink of unconsciousness by a pair of pirate rogues.
They kept stabbing me in the neck.
Don't complain, I got blown up.
Additionally, Workson
was lost his job.
found himself grievously injured when he took a shot directly to the face and his groin. Meanwhile, Yedrin Hunt lost a portion of her face, only to have it healed later, and has on the way to recovery. The party, after recovering from gun wounds, poison, knives, and all manner of vicious attacks, finally landed in Aleport. Upon their arrival, they marched their way directly into the nearest inn, didn't ask any questions, paid for room and board, and collapsed. Our party reawakens in the early morning mists of the La Noche morning. The salty air and dim heat of the morning, as it slowly transitions from summer into the deeper vestiges of fall, brings an uncomfortable humidity around them. But they awake in the knowledge that they're alive. They were victorious from the night before, and they're one step closer to whatever goal they have in mind now.
Oh, so we didn't get any news worth mentioning.
Oh my god. Not all loot has to be physical, Yetrin.
The loot is the friends we obtained along the way.
There is
And
such thing
experience
as,
points.
There's also experience points. God damn it. If you want later, you can trade your experience for loot.
Oh man. I'm level 10, I'd like to become level 1, please.
For a
Regardless,
plus 20 battle axe.
the party finds themselves aching, sore, and, well, not bloodied, just in pain as they arise from their sleep the night before, particularly Yedrin and Kato. DeQuest and Fionn, who took next to no damage the entire time, wake up feeling just fine. Rowan has a slightly stiff neck from the slash that she took, but is otherwise alright.
Isn't Dak still semi-poisoned?
Oh.
Nope. Kato healed all that off of her.
Oh, I
GM controlled Kato.
I am here to serve.
Yeah. Wolf's probably isn't doing that good either. To how many shots he took, just like knees and elbows and.
I'm not removing those
crotch.
bullets. I am not removing those bullets.
Regardless, you all have awakened within Aleport. You are each in your individual rooms. What are you doing?
Probably slowly waking up, like rolling about how they feel like they got ran over by a mammoth multiple times.
Dex, sitting around with Scotch and Millie, probably eating from one of the little ration bags, sharing it with the birds.
The birds are just kind of. I can't do a hawk tonight.
You can always squeeze the toy.
Yeah, go ahead. They're pecking away at it.
Rowan yells from outside, "Shut that bird up!"
Scotch is like, "Where's the meat?"
I don't eat meat very much.
Millie's like, "Girl, you better give me a rat or something."
I'll let you go eat after I get downstairs, okay? I'll let you guys just fly around. Just don't get shot or something.
The two of them like look at each other.
Look, people get hungry too, and they don't care.
They don't respond.
She goes out. She just goes out into the main area of the inn.
Okay.
She asks.
Excuse me. One second.
Okay.
Please stand by. Who wants to do the elevator music?
No.
Oh, that's
pretty.
Sorry.
You're gonna make my dogs think it's dinner time again. Oh.
I apologize for that. I had left my notes in my jacket pocket.
Nice.
Anyway.
You just have notes everywhere.
Well, I take notes at work, and the only way I can transport them out of the building is in a jacket pocket. Regardless, Dak, is anybody else already downstairs, or anybody else getting up?
I believe Works and I were sharing a room, but I'm gonna leave him sleeping and head down and find some bacon.
That's right. Rowan leaves that man to wake up alone in the cold.
Well, it's only cold in comparison to your arm, my dear.
Wow. Wow.
What? I'm saying you are warm.
No, I was talking about our DM. I mean, unless you're going to be Works, you know, it's fine.
No.
And so that if you're not going to be Works,
worry about him like taking a pot shot at me.
Why would he take a pot shot at you?
I don't know.
He
would have a comment for me when he got back.
It's a comment for everybody.
Yep.
Katarina Watts.
Jack's also going to get bacon for her birds since they're harassing her about meat.
Okay.
Yedrin's probably gonna be slowly dragging himself downstairs, probably looking more dishevelled in like a different outfit than usual, because the usual one just probably got totaled.
I'm sure we
someone
would have
could
fixed
I'm
it.
sure someone could have cast mending on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Prestidigitation.
yeah. I would have prestidigitated it for you.
I still expanded this helm because they're not really feeling into that much today.
What got wrecked that needs mending?
His
her
clothes,
clothing.
her clothes.
I was point blank on an explosion.
Yeah, Kato can mend those. He has it as a cantrip.
Okay, so it would have been perfectly fine. It's just
Yeah.
Dak, as you come downstairs and you find everyone kind of sitting around, with the exception of, Fiona's sitting there. She hasn't summoned anything yet today, and she's kind of like passively reading over the tome that she got yesterday. She's clean, glasses kind of like pushed up, and just kind of like flipping through it very slowly. Meanwhile, a lovely looking sea wolf, Roganin, is kind of doting on everybody at this point. She's a bit wizened at this point. You're guessing she's probably in her mid to late 60s. White hair tied back into a bun behind her head, bangs kind of hanging out in her face, little wispy. Pale bluish skin, eyes almost like constantly closed just because of the bags that are hanging there, wrinkles all across her face. She's wearing a really, what you're guessing is like a hand spun.
Holy crap! Holy.
Okay.
Sorry, dog.
She's wearing like a really floofy, fuzzy, like looks like it's been handmade, pink sweater with an apron, a white apron over it that says "I love the sea" on the front of it. Black skirts, and she's just doting on everybody. Like, she comes over and like pulls your seat out for you, Dak, and she's like, "Can I get you anything, dearie?"
No. Sorry, I just blanked for a second. Fermendi? Is that what it's called?
Vermindi, you would like the porridge mixed with the raisins and everything?
Yes, please.
Okay, I can do that right. Would you like a cup of coffee, some juice, milk?
I'll just take a glass. I have some juice on me, actually. And 8 pieces of bacon.
I'm
sorry.
Must be hungry. she just kind of laughs and like puts like her hand's probably as big as your head. And she like puts it on your back, gives you a little stroke, and starts walking away to go fill out your order.
Kato just kind of slowly comes down the stairs, very sore from.
There's like a mark of like
Let's see.
there's like a trickle of blood still coming down your neck.
Probably just dried blood, but you know. Just kind of flops down at the table with a groan.
How you feeling, Kato?
Everything hurts.
Oh. Well, healing can only take away so much pain. Suppose just take it easy today.
Fiona just kind of like flips through her book a little bit and looks up at Kato and goes, "Don't worry, I'm sure the effects are only temporary. Give it a few hours, maybe a day, and you'll feel absolutely fine, dear. I must say, though, I was very impressed with your application of flaming ether to your hammer the other day. Would you mind, is it possible to use that effect on other people as well?"
According to the commune I had with my goddess, I can only do it to my weapon, but someone else can use the weapon
Yes, cat.
if needed.
So, for instance, say if Works were to give you one of his spears and you put it on his spear, could he then take it from you and keep using it? Or does it have to be specifically only your hammer?
It has to be a hammer of this type.
She frowns.
So it has to be a holy weapon.
Well, out of character, the thing says it has to be the weapon that I have the weapon focus feat for, which is the Warhammer.
I would say sadly it has to be the weapon I'm using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The War Priest can designate a weapon as a sacred weapon by selecting that weapon with the weapon focus feat.
Weapon.
Yep.
Theon says, a pity. We could have. I think that would have been a wonderful application for some team building and some increasing in our efficiency on the battlefield.
I'm sure there are enchantments that could simulate a similar effect, but
Oh yes, and I completely agree. But after recent acquisitions, I'm sure most of us are feeling a bit lighter in the pockets than we would like.
I
At this point, you see that this helped Jiajin come down the stairs. Or it's like, answering the. Or is it the epitome of laid in the pockets?
Gudrun, you're like half of your face is currently covered in bandages, and there's like a big ice pack applied right to your cheek from where like someone took care of you last night.
Yeah.
You're like half wrapped up. You basically look like a really half-assed mummy costume that a child might wear. Like bandages are kind of like hanging off of you slightly from where you had rolled around in your sleep, and you just walk up, one of your eyes are covered, and you're like, "Aw."
Is it a last straw?
Oh, Adrian, do you need help tightening those bandages?
I would be thankful for the assistance.
In case she gets up out of her chair, just sit down and I'll help.
Just finds a seat and thinky tot.
Kato, I don't really know much about medicine, but maybe you could help the quest. There seems to be a lot of bandages.
That's a lot of bandages. Yeah.
I
Sure.
don't have to roll heal or anything, do I?
That's it for the sake of it. Yeah, roll a heal check.
Because just
Kato with the natural 20!
I was one off of a natural 20, so I rolled a 19, so 27 and 28.
Yeah,
we had the same heal.
Yeah, we
The
do.
two of you basically just go to work. You tighten it up, and it goes from being like a really half-assed mummy costume to like
Full on mummy.
not even full-on mummy. Like you've taken out a lot of the excess, and it's basically only where it needs to be, and you've tightened it down to the point where the bandages no longer are sagging. It all looks perfect, and it's only on the areas it needs to be. To the point that you actually come out and you get like a half bundle of bandages back that you could use for later.
Adding those to my gear.
Yeah, I'll let you take those.
How many bandages would you say?
Well, I said half a bundle, so
What would the length of the bandage be?
I'm-
Like,
I'm just trying to write
you
it
got
down.
about like you took like an excess of like 15 feet of bandages off of that.
so 15 feet of bandage.
I would say for the sake of it, so long as you have the 15 feet for your next, if you're using the bandages for 3 heal checks, provided it's not a full body thing, you could add a +5 or a +10 to your heal check for stopping bleeding. Let's say we'll call it a +10 for stopping bleeding.
They yourself hides themselves and it's like, okay, Thank you too. That is a lot better.
Kind of like suddenly grabs the side of your head, Yedrin, like turns it sideways and puts a hand down on the ice pack. And then there's a sudden burst of cold as the ice pack just kind of like refills with ice.
Did you just make me use my interstellar void? Just
No, I did not.
I don't know. Okay.
It's probably some cantrip.
Yes.
Use prestidigitation to make it cold.
I don't have that.
For the sake of this, you do.
All casters have it. We'll just go with that.
Here, I totally just put my cloak on you for like 10 seconds so you can prestidigitate. How's that?
I
Should
put
I just
I'll
add
tell
that
you
to my
what.
spell list then, or
No.
I will give you. I will use my cold hands if it will make you feel better about that, because that's a cantrip I have.
How the hell would you know?
Regardless, Fiona at this point like pushes her glasses up again, looks around, and says, "So, de quoi? Or rather, everybody, what are we doing today?" At this point, Works comes down half naked, just.
Rowan jumps up, grabs the dumbass, and brings him back upstairs to get him dressed.
Well, like,
I
he's
would-
wearing pants. He's just not wearing shoes or a shirt.
Yeah, okay, I thought Walks
Okay.
is on his way. It's just he's gonna be a little
He
bit.
just like comes downstairs. You can see there's like pot marks all over his chest. He's like, oh, he just sits down. At that point, the tavern mistress comes running back. She's like, oh dear. Oh. She like pulls him back. And he's like, he just goes, milk, please. Milk. Like starts to bend over, and bacon, and sausage, and eggs, and biscuits and gravy. She's like, and he goes, and I have a weird hankering for outgoat. Yeah, outgoat. And she's like, and cheese. Bring me a block of cheese. Next thing you know, she's like running off, and he's like, "Oh, my dick!"
It's just kind of like, leaning away.
Yeah, it's just like what?
I am not casting cold hands on that in public.
Yeah, it's just so like eyeing Walks like, dear Lord.
No.
Not casting that in public
He's like,
and
no,
holding my hand
no,
there. No.
No, do not want.
Or I could just be a heating pad and sit on your lap.
No. I think that portion of my body is out of commission for the next week or so.
It's not like I've used it, so sure.
He's just like, ah.
Declan like covers her mouth with her hand, just kind of like looking around at
He's like,
everyone.
Bro, you could do me a favor though.
Well, what's that?
He like blushes a little. He like moves over and is like, just like very quietly whispers in your ear, "Can you check if it's swollen?"
We will have to go back upstairs in order for me to even consider that.
That's
But
fine.
yes, as long as we do it in private, I will check. Not exactly how I envisioned that happening, but all right.
do I hear that?
I'm not even sure if Rowan's whispering. So it's like, yeah, just like what
I
I'm
would
not
say-
going to be saying that out loud. I would be whispering back.
I would say with that perception, Kato, you look down and you can see a rather.
No, not looking. Just
Hearing.
I know,
hearing.
but I'm saying with that roll, you hear this and your eyes immediately go down a little bit, and you can see like an slightly unnatural lump at like the intersection between where the groin would start and the urinary tract would start.
Yeah, we might want to send him to a doctor. Like, one that's willing to deal with that.
So I guess that is what works that I will be doing today. I will be taking him off to the healers to have them make sure he's functional.
Yeah, actually, just kind of, she's like looking around at like Works and Yedrin and Kato, and she actually like grabs a bit of her hair and starts like putting like hand over hand, and her hair is a lot longer than it was yesterday. It's actually like a good 4 or 5 inches longer than it was, and her hairband has got like a small bundle of marigolds on it. She's using her hat.
I figured.
So she's just there worrying on her hair, looking at everyone.
I overlooked too much thought. I think everyone's just gonna need a bit of a break from further expeditions right now. Because I don't think any of us are feeling up too much this day.
As you guys are like finishing this up, suddenly the tavern mistress comes back with all the food that Works ordered, and there's like a perfectly medium rare steak with a pat of butter and rosemary and garlic over the top of it, just melting down into it. There's like 3 dodo egg omelets, a block of essentially, it's this white cheese with flakes of nuts inside of it that's very popular in La Noscia. They typically call it Ilienwurst. She puts that down. Next thing you know, she's like, she's put your porridge in front of you, Dak, along with the bacon and like slices of bacon in front of Works and the sausage. And like last but not least, she like puts this little tray of like homemade Roland berry tarts on the table, and she's like, I hope you feel better, dear, and don't worry about anything. You all are such lovely people, and I heard what you did about those pirates, so this is all on me. Just enjoy yourself. Take a break.
Thank you.
My name.
Rowan pipes up and says, do you know the name of a good healer that we can get my boyfriend to, so we can make sure nothing's gonna be permanent?
She goes, well, there is Master Rumathal over to the north end by the gates. He's an old military doctor. He might be able to take a look.
Okay.
By the way, if you all need anything else, please let me know. My name is Sablewick.
How do you spell it?
I will type it out for you.
Thank you.
Freaking seawolves.
Syblewick.
Cat. No more video games. Time for bed.
I have to finish.
You finished.
Dex separates the bacon into 2 little piles and kind of, sets Millie and Scotch down so that that way they can each have their own little bundle of bacon.
I do have to apologize to you, miss. But we do have a slight surcharge for pets. It's the only thing I'll charge any of you for staying. It's just for damages in case they scratch anything. It's 2 gil a night per pet.
That's fine.
Is this a deposit or an actual fee?
It's a fee.
Zach puts like 2 gil on the counter.
She already said that it would be 4 gil.
Or 4 gil, excuse me.
Yeah, because
4 gil.
it's per pet.
Hush, they're 1. No.
And she goes, The birds have already made noise, and we've had a couple people complain, so...
I'm sorry, I tried to keep them quiet, but they have a mind of their own.
And I understand. It's not... If it was me, I wouldn't charge you anything. It's
No, you run a business, I understand.
It's not even that. It's just a town law.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like to bring in wolves or curls and things like that, and it can get dicey.
No, I understand.
Nice job. Now go to bed.
And she looks over at Yedrin and she goes, "Oh dear. Oh. Can I get you anything to make you more comfortable? We have some special goose down pillows. I can replace yours with those, no fee. I'm sure it would make sleeping on those wounds much easier for you."
He takes a moment to think and replies, "Thank you very much for the offer. I believe will accept it."
What?
She like rolls her finger.
Yep.
Igwalin, can you go replace? Oh, thank you, dear. And you see this like teenaged sea wolf just go like running up the stairs. You can't tell if it's a boy or a girl from this distance because all you can see is like the back of the head, and it's kind of like a short bob cut that rolls. Like the back is sort of untrimmed and goes to the middle of the neck, and the body's very lithe. It's just very hard to tell.
Thank you very much for your generosity.
Oh, not at all, not at all. Anyone who takes care of those awful pirates deserves me to wait hand and foot on them.
No, you're not having any more to drink. Go to bed.
Sabawick's like,
I will take it.
just like cocking her head at Rowan, like, what?
Baby aggro. Open the door. Use your muscles, kid. Push. I'm coming. Let me turn on the AC in my room. I'll be right back, guys.
Yep.
Can I get anybody else anything on here? Fionn goes, yes, please, if you don't mind. Could I get a plate of hash browns with some of those Enotian mushrooms I've heard so much about, with some cheese and a bit of salsa? Just walks away. Works is like.
Okay.
Dag eats their porridge, the birds eat their bacon.
That Works looks up and he's like, "If I'm ever gonna catch up to your stupid eldest brother, Dak, I'm gonna have to bulk up." He's like,
You're missing about 50 pounds of meat there. Don't you dare order any more.
he just looks up and he's like, I'll work up to it. He's like crying.
No. Oh.
He's like, I gotta expand my stomach first.
Okay, who's expanding their stomach? What?
Works was talking to Dak. He ordered all that food and he's like eating now, and he's like, if I'm ever gonna catch up to Aesir, it's like I'm gonna start like bulking up.
Rowan's gonna steal a couple pieces of his bacon and dare him to say something about it.
He looks at you for a second, like this betrayed look, and then he like looks back down and he just keeps eating.
Betrayal.
It's like, how dare you?
So, make sure you attune to the Aesir rate while we're here.
Kado is just gonna get all the meaty stuff.
I mean, are you calling her over to place an order?
Yes.
Okay, she comes back around. It's like, yes, dear, how can I help you?
What do you have in way of a protein platter of some kind?
She just kind of like looks at Works and looks at you and goes,
Yeah, I'll have that. Please.
Well, we have eggs, we have steak, we have sausage and bacon. We have dodo and turkey. We have wild fowl of various different types. We have seagull. We have eel and fish and shark and mussels, scallops. We have shrimp. We have crab. We have lobster. We have clams and mussels.
Kato's just like, out there.
Out there.
Pauses and,
That's
like, actually, I'll have the dodo.
Would you
Just
like the wings,
remembers
the
back to-
thighs, the entire bird?
Legs.
Legs. Okay. She just writes that down. Would you like that fried? Would you like that baked? Would you like it roasted or sous vide or
Fried and some scrambled eggs.
I can dice that up into a fried dodo omelet if you would prefer.
That sounds great.
She just kind of nods and walks off.
Thank you. That works.
It works.
I know.
Welcome, Worksend. They're sitting down to breakfast at this point. You have
Okay.
walked downstairs. Kato has identified your crotch is indeed swollen from a gunshot. Yedrin is sitting beside you, half mummified from her own wounds. You are currently half naked, sitting downstairs with everyone else as you're eating.
The top
Which
half.
You're,
The top half.
you're just wearing pants.
You're just wearing pants. You're
Okay.
barefoot and no shirt. And there's pot
Uh-huh.
marks all over your chest from where you got shot.
You should not be getting service.
There is currently a platter of an Aldgoat steak, eggs, bacon, sausage, an entire block of cheese, milk, hash browns, and
Rowan stole 2 pieces of your bacon.
That is
Well, I've yet to order. I will replenish his bacon.
I know. I just thought you should know.
regardless,
I am not getting between Rowan and bacon.
That's true.
She comes back a minute later and she, like, it's basically this, like, half plate sized omelet in front of you.
Digs in.
Comes out, you cut into it, just like long strands of melty cheese inside with various hot peppers, some onion, and spinach. You see the perfectly crispy cooked fried dodo meat inside of it. You take a bite and it's nothing but like it's like that crispy crunch of like a perfectly fried chicken bite, juices running into your throat as the cheese and the onion and the pepper just kind of mix together to almost make like this chicken salsa inside your throat before the eggs kind of coat it all and neutralize it.
God damn, I just ate and now I'm fucking hot.
That's why we eat before we come to Pathfinder.
So Rowan carefully leans up against Works. So we're gonna after we eat, we're gonna take you up and we're gonna have the healer look at you just to make sure everything else is okay. And then she looks up at Sibiwick and asks, "Do you have any kind of like fruit platter or yogurt?"
Yes, we have a house-made Lanosian yogurt. We specially cut it with lavender and vanilla to make it slightly purple. Additionally, we have Roland berries, we have pineapple, pears, mangoes, oranges, all sorts of things like that. If you would like, I could bring you out a little cut-up platter for cubes of each of those and a bowl of yogurt for you. We do have we have a house-made granola as well.
That sounds fantastic. And a side of bacon too, please.
She looks over. Should I go ahead and make it 2 sides?
Rowan slightly blushes. Yeah, that'd probably be best.
She just gives you a wink. Don't worry, dear. My husband was just like him when he was younger. Absolutely insatiable in every single way. Like, walks off.
Rowan starts to choke. That was actually apropos. Time for me to start coughing.
She just like walks
Blushes and
away.
snorts. Deck blushes and snorts.
Work is also slightly red and like,
Kato just glances over, don't try and deny it.
Meanwhile, Fiona like takes her own breakfast and pulls out one of those Rowan berry tarts and just sort of like looks at Works and Rowan, like raises an eyebrow and chews. Yeah, it doesn't feel too good, does it?
Hey, that's perfectly fine. Wait, what?
I said, I'm just muddling my breath. We should not make it down the table.
She says it doesn't
Very
feel too good, does it?
No, I was asking Works what he said.
Like, she's not making out on the table.
I mean, we could if you want us to. Then it would really be like that.
She just kind of like, she thinks for a second and goes, I don't mind a show at the table, but I'm pretty sure Works wouldn't appreciate it.
Kato picks up his plate and moves to another table.
We've offended his sensibilities with girl and guy stuff.
Just picks up the plate with one hand, flips them off with the other, and walks to another table.
Yeah, it's like finished her porridge and actually has one of the
At that point,
berry
Sybil
tarts and just
smacks you over the head with a wooden spoon. Kato was like, no, no, sir! You do not do that in my establishment! No! We are decent folk here.
You're fine. You're fine.
At that
Okay,
point,
so
she brings Rowan her bacon and pushes the little fruit platter over to her.
Very good. Put that over there so Doug doesn't get it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna dig into breakfast.
It's delicious. That's the best way I can put it. It's creamy in all the right ways. The vanilla doesn't overpower the lavender. There's that little faint hint of it with every bite, sort of giving you that floral bit. The fruits are all fresh, probably picked just that morning.
Nice.
Likewise, you get the granola in front of you, and you're guessing it was probably made like 3 hours ago. It's still slightly warm.
So what else do the rest of you have planned for this today while everybody rests up?
Oh, my plans were to keep going, but I'm not gonna go with you guys. Still hurt.
just to bring it up, thought, do you even know exactly which direction you'd be going from here? We know airport in the vicinity. Do we actually have more details than that, or was it a conversation I missed?
Out of character, Ark, would you say Deck has any idea of, like, the Sahagin being generally to the west or not?
Roll a knowledge local.
Okay. I don't want some shit at. Alright. 7.
Nope.
You know nothing.
You just know from what you saw, like, it was probably this general area.
I was going to ask. Okay, squeaky toy, ow.
Sorry.
It's just this, it's got that high pitch. I was going to go ask. Someone's got to know where Sahagin are.
This is the problem. You're looking for very specific runs.
Fiona just kind of like flips her book a little bit. You could always ask the Yellow Jackets or the Maelstrom. I'm sure they're around here.
Mm-hmm.
Ask us where Sahagin tend to make camp.
The rest of people.
I was just pointing out it could end up being a quick bit of information gathering, or it could take us most of the day anyway. So
Yeah, I'll worry about that. Okay, you guys just rest up. I'll do the legwork. Kind of kicks her feet a little bit.
Millie said,
I will-
"Those are some short little legs to be doing some leg work."
Looks over at Millie and goes, shh.
I'll admit, even if we do have a destination by later today or tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'll be able to go with. I am not feeling the best, no matter how little I'm trying to show it. It feels like I got hit like by one of those mammoths we saw.
Yedrin, at that point, your character, just to like illustrate the point, pulls the bandage away from the cheek, and there's still a hole. Like you can still see her teeth.
Covers her mouth and just kind of gasps, like, oh no. Oh god.
Glad Kato's at the other table.
This slowly faces the bandage back. Yeah, I might not be up for much for a day or two.
However, when she does do that, you do note that like the skin is reforming. It's just slow at the moment. It's like it's coming back and redeveloping into a proper cheek from the magic you used. It's just gonna take some recovery time.
Yeah.
No, I think my day is going to consist of healing and resting.
Yeah.
Because for as bad as Yedrin's feeling, I don't think I can compare, but still. Ow!
You are having issues walking. I don't think you'd appreciate being on a chocobo or in a wagon.
Works.
Yeah.
Roll a fortitude for me.
Oh dear God. Do I need to do ice hand in his pants?
It wouldn't be unwelcomed? Alright. As Tart chokes on whenever she's drinking.
Yeah.
With that 22 works, you kind of like stop for a second and you spread your legs because you have to. And you're like looking around and realize no one's looking. You kind of lift up and look down and you're like, there's a moment where you're like, nice. And you're like, nope, not nice. You're,
I guess there's a nice sized welt.
dangly bits from where you have been shot are swollen to like twice their normal size.
Dangly bits.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, I kind of figured that much.
And it's bright fucking red with a blue spot in the dead center that's yellowing at the top.
Oh, ouch.
Ark, I want to ask at what point you thought shooting me in the dick was a good idea.
When you mouthed off to him and DM Dick?
Yeah.
How many times have I shot Rowan in her tit?
Like, twice? I don't know.
What? When did my tit get shot?
I think
Like a while
on
ago.
the way to
Oh.
Horizon.
Yeah.
You got
Let it
Oh,
not
yeah,
be
that was a
said
long
that-
time ago.
Let it not be said that I am not an equal opportunity sadist. Oh, yours is next.
I remember that now.
Hell no. Kato's getting a cod piece.
Who said it's gonna be in the front?
Oh no. Anyway.
Sorry.
No.
Theo just like
So yeah, so Rowan is gonna, kind of try to maneuver the table around a little bit and use her cold hands on one hand and
you don't know.
try to help soothe him. Don't know what.
You don't know how bad it is. He didn't say anything to you. I was just letting him know. Like he now knows.
Oh,
that
I
it's
thought
that
he
bad.
said he wanted to use ice hand. He wanted me to use ice hands.
I
That was a
Okay,
fart.
that-
It was
that's fair.
It's like it wouldn't be unwell. It's like, can we do this somewhere privately? Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna scream like a little girl.
I mean, if you want to attempt that roll, and roll a sleight of hand.
Oh shit. Alright, so do you want to do it here or do you want to go into our room? Let's do that before we decide anything.
Let's go into our room. I'd rather not. I have some dignity. Not much, but some.
Yes,
Alright.
handle him in your room.
Usually
I
at
will
this point,
try
it's
to
fortunate. I know, usually at this point, it's got like an eyebrow raised to both of you guys once you separate a little bit when you're talking, so it's like, I should like do a perception to hear that.
No, I think they're just talking normally.
Fiona just like very slowly gets up and she goes, "Well, if it's all the same to you all, I'm gonna walk around and get a little fresh air, calm down from the insanity of yesterday." She kind of laughs
You-
and like
you mean-
holds
you
her
mean
mouth,
the-
holds her hand over her mouth, and is like, "So unladylike."
You know, Fiona,
Oh,
the way
actually-
you were laughing this night, I almost thought you were enjoying yourself.
Or she's smiling, like a really wide smile. And her
I'm
eyes are
gonna
like
stop talking
flat. She
now.
just like turns her head slowly to you and looks at you.
And I'm gonna stop talking now.
She's like, "Good boy." Walks out.
I'll probably spend most of the day trying to gather information. You guys just rest up.
Alright.
Rowan pops some more fruit into her mouth and finishes breakfast.
If you run into any trouble, call anyone but us.
Sure.
Why don't you bring Kata with you and at least so just be on the safe side?
Kind of just groans from the other table.
Kato?
I'll be
Be a
okay.
gentleman. Kato, be a gentleman and escort the lady.
I'll be fine. I can fly.
Just think of happy thoughts then. Ducks from the golden brick.
Mrs. Rowan hits walks.
Ah!
Failed the reflex.
Time.
And it hits works in that spot.
Oh, that's just wrong.
I think Works would like be howling in agony if that happened.
He'd pass out.
Pretty much.
He'd be able to hit all the high notes and take on me.
They would hear him in
No,
Discard.
I would hit that one high note in more than a feeling because god damn is that a high note.
No, he'd probably be hitting like the above high C.
Oh god.
all the wolves would come into town because they were being called.
All the dogs would like hide their heads. Be like, "Mm."
Pretty much.
Go to dog whistle territory.
Skull summons himself out of the void. What the fuck is going on?
Regardless, Dad gets up from the table and leaves. So
Yep.
it's
Dak actually takes one of the little tarts and sticks it in her mouth and grabs birds and runs off.
you just hear Scotch go, "I wasn't done."
You'll be done later.
Like fidgets in your arm.
Get you more later.
She's like, "Fucking better."
Put your mouth off at me.
Mouth up if I want to. No one can understand me.
Exactly.
I guess it's like Carlos leaving. There's somebody sitting there.
Is Kato
Look
leaving?
at you.
No.
Exactly.
Kato's just sitting at another table, ignoring us.
They just sort of sit there, think to himself, so, what can I actually eat?
Liquid diet?
Hole in the cheek. It's a bit hard to eat most anything.
Yeah, Drink something.
You could just inject it right into your blood system.
Tilt your head, God.
Just push it to one cheek and chew.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really glad his cheek is covered up now because I don't want to see that.
Have any of you watched Helsing?
Regular
for the
or
most
ultimate?
part.
Ultimate.
Yes.
No, actually.
Oh, I know where you're going with this one. No.
What is that
No.
character's name? The blonde chick that works with Alexander.
Oh.
Police girl?
No.
Oh, Sarah's Victoria.
No. The one that works
No,
with
no, no.
Alexander.
Oh.
The
Hemrill?
the one that that has like the illusion thing or whatnot.
The one the gun girl for
Yeah.
on his side. It starts with an
Yeah,
H.
that's Wait, on the Helsing side?
No,
No.
with the Catholic Church.
The only one I can think of is Rip Van Winkle.
That's
she's not
with the
blonde.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Oh god.
This is an anime I am not familiar with.
It's okay.
Just look it up on the computer.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on blonde chick with a gun. Catholic Church.
Heinkel Wolf.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember how like she got like half like her cheek shot off and like tied her head with the bandages and like all the teeth were showing?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Yedrin's cheek looks like.
Oh god.
I'm also picturing Two-Face in the
Dark
live
Dark Knight.
action movie. Yeah, that one.
Pretty close, just none of the burns.
Yeah.
Because she succeeded the reflex. Regardless, Dak, as you run outside, it's a relatively cloudy morning. There's like a series of fishermen out on the port. You can see the aetheryte kind of glistening as you come out. It's a small town.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 guard towers out of the port and then a guardhouse next to the gate. But otherwise, there's not a lot here. There's mostly a couple of very basic houses. You take a look around, there's a fishing supply store. You can see a very obvious sign for a doctor and a blacksmith.
Okay. Dak's gonna first go
Hope-
to the Aether.
Hopefully those are 2 different stores.
They both use a hammer. No.
That's how the doctor's gonna fix works.
Where are you going?
Oh god.
I'm gonna go poke at the Aetherite to go attune, or at least make sure I'm attuned.
Okay. So what are the rest of you doing?
Probably ordering something on the softer side to eat and relaxing and maybe trying to feel out like local issues and rumors and stuff.
She brings you a bowl of lobster bisque. It's a little creamy, but there's not really much spice to it. So you basically just get like that burst of like buttery lobster flavor. And she's like, sorry, dear, we don't have much in the way of smoothies and the whatnot. We don't really have a way to blend it up.
No, thank you. It's just want to take it easy.
I mean, I can bring you a can of chicken broth.
This will work well enough. Thank you very much again for the generosity. Okay, not sure if I'm being too polite, but
You can never be too polite.
Especially not to
What
like
you wanna be.
Especially not to like the grandma Rohit that's taking care of you all.
yeah.
apparently she's
Grandma.
very Italian too.
She smacked you with a wooden spoon. That's every grandma.
Yeah.
But it's very stereotypically Italian.
It's very
Yeah, that's what my
stereotypically-
grandma would do.
It's very stereotypically
And she's French.
God.
French. It's very stereotypically Hispanic. It's very stereotypically Italian. It is
Oh,
stereotypically
no.
grandma.
No. Hispanic grandmas, they hit your ass with a flip-flop.
Chanchala!
Yo,
Bring me my
I swear, my friend's grandma was like a black belt in that.
No, but literally, my grandma did that to my mom at some point.
Okay, back on topic. What are you guys doing?
I'm waiting for Works to finish up so that I can help drag him and get attuned and
Roll
and
another
head over to the doctor.
Works. You're trying to like match Azier in eating because you're trying to bulk up. Roll a fortitude.
Don't make me sick, Works.
Oh, Works with the natural 20.
For
I'm okay
once.
with that.
You spend the next 20 minutes eating, and you just going straight Pac-Man on this food, cutting into it. And you're eating as politely as possible as you're shoveling it in to like try not to embarrass Rowan.
Yep,
Aw.
still making me nauseous.
But I mean, you tear through like 12 slices of bacon, 7 sausage links, a whole Aldgode steak, 5 eggs, an entire block of cheese, and at the end,
What? What is this, Skyrim?
you go
Yes.
through all
Yeah.
I'm fighting a dragon.
you go through all this. You eat a plate of hash browns that are like smothered in salsa. 4 biscuits with gravy on top of them, and you're stuffed by the end of it. Like you got like a little,
Pudge.
you got like a butt baby growing in your stomach right now. But you're satisfied. You can't eat another bite, but it doesn't hurt. You're just like, and it's all grandma cooking too.
Oh.
Rich, buttery, salted up just right. The gravy is nice and spicy. The biscuits are like the size of your fist, nice and fluffy on the inside. Like they almost collapse when you bite into them, sort of biscuits. Like you bite into them and there's like a puff of steam comes out of them.
Ark, you literally could just say grandma's cooking that. Fine.
It's that extra mile though that makes you love me as a DM.
It makes me hate you because
Yes, love.
Because I'm gonna be
That's
hungry.
the word.
By the way, it's like a rich,
Uh-huh.
it's a rich white sausage gravy as well. Like you're like wiping it off your face as you're done. You're like, So you're done eating. Yedrin, I'd say you finished probably like 10 minutes beforehand.
I don't need that. Yeah. I was basically just gonna. I've basically not going much anywhere, but probably gonna at least look into like local information, rumors, and like small stuff to do while recovering, maybe. Like,
Okay, so you
Might not
want
be
to look
going
into
anywhere.
rumors. Where are you going to start?
Trying to think if I would even want to look into it specifically. Like, the rumors wasn't even really important. It's mostly just like while looking into like maybe small tasks to do while recovering later. Like,
Well, I mean, I get that, but
Yeah.
Who's the first person you're going to ask? Like, where are you going to start asking around first?
Well, how busy is the inn or whatever we're staying at?
It's Sablewick. That's the only person there aside from you.
Well, she's a nice old lady, so I'll probably get into a bit of small talk and then just ask what's been going on locally, besides the coming into pirates and stuff.
Okay, do you approach her, or do you wait for her to come back to the table?
Probably wait for her to come back, because if she's off doing other stuff, don't want to interrupt.
Okay, well, she comes back to the table, and it basically, like, refills a cup of water for you.
So, I've never really done this. That's okay, I've never really done this much before, so I'm trying to think of. God damn, am I socially awkward?
Believe.
So, hot grandma. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you again for all your generosity. If you're not busy, I wouldn't mind hearing about what's been going on locally since we just got into the area.
Do you want to know what's going on around here? Well, I mean, that depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for festivals or fun or anything like that, I'm sure I could tell you a little bit. We have a fishing contest coming up pretty soon. Doesn't offer much. It's mostly for the pride of it, but we got a few fishermen who are excited about it.
Oh, really? It's like we is that fishing contest happening.
Oh, you just go out and you catch a fish in the area and you bring it in, and if you have the biggest, the most impressive fish, you get a little prize.
Okay, that was weird.
Oh, when she says it's going on right now and it'll last till the end of the week.
Just sort of look things for a second. Well, I'm not going much anywhere. I don't gonna do anything major. Any suggestions on where I could buy some materials? And I might just go and enjoy fishing while I recover.
Well, if you want to go fishing, there is Blunworth's Bait and Tackle, not too far from here. Only about actually, if you walk out the door, you can see it. It's just across the street. Has everything you need: rods, bait, and the like. Is there anything else you really wanted to know about?
You know what? I'm not gonna worry about that much. I've got to relax for the day, so thank you very much. I might go look into that fishing equipment and enjoy myself for once.
Well, I wish you good luck. If you're looking for good places to fish, it's just talk to the local fishermen, though they might not want to talk too much or give you much information, considering they're trying to win as well.
Yeah, wouldn't doubt it. I'm not expecting to even place. I just will mind some relaxation after the last month or two.
Well, very well. Wish you luck and have fun. It's for Bloomsworth is pretty reasonable. They could probably set you up with bait, tackle, and a nice rod for around 15 gil.
Thank you for the recommendation. It's probably gonna give her not sure what just for leaving with B, right?
A tip?
Thank you, then.
A tip?
Wait, he's gonna give up money for something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, not a tip.
That would be the correct thing to do.
I mean,
Yeah.
This is Hunt.
It's probably gonna thank him again for helping look after them. And
yeah.
I'll probably thank them again for looking after them and all the help, and give a polite bow as they leave to go look into some fishing equipment and spend the time recovering, actually doing something enjoyable instead of laying around going crazy.
Okay. You walk outside, and almost immediately you can see the shop. It's not much to look back. It's a ramshackle shack, if you've ever seen one. Good enough to like probably withstand a sea storm, but if a hurricane hit, it's not going to be there. It's the odor of worms and crickets and all sorts of other forms of bait immediately hits your nose. As you walk in, you can see fishing poles lined across the way. Big troughs of dirt with worms kind of squiggling through it, readily seen. Fishing trophies kind of line the walls, and you see an elderly Roganin. You're guessing he's probably around Sablewick's age, wearing a flat cap, scraggly beard right now, like just stubble that he's been too lazy to shave. Pale green skin. He looks up over like a pair of thick Coke bottle glasses, and he looks up at you and just kind of nods and looks back down at the paper.
Just nods back, and it's just gonna take a look around and try and get a feel for like various try and find what they would need, what they would want. I'm like sure like walls for that.
Roll a perception. Okay. 30. Yedrin, you walk around the room for a little bit, and you can see most of the rods are well made. They're kind of like just wooden poles for the most part. You see a few iron poles with better made reels and tackles on them, but they're vastly more expensive. You look around, you can see a lot of live bait, and you can see a couple of synthetic baits that would last you much longer and you wouldn't need to replace every time you went fishing, but would probably be less likely to attract the larger fish. But yeah, you look around, you can see he's pretty much got anything that you could really want in terms of fishing, at least for saltwater or freshwater.
So I'm just trying to think if I want to grab. Don't expect much of winning. I don't expect to really win the contest, so should I go for like trying? Oh, actually, you know what? You know what? Gonna go look at one of the poles. It seemed like they would last a good long while, because considering the Bobby were gonna get, I was thinking of going fishing in that river and stuff. So
roll an appraisal.
I was hoping to avoid that one. Yeah.
You're looking around and you're like, the guy eventually comes and slaps your hands. He's like, no! Stop mishandling the merchandise. He's like, what are you looking for?
Sorry very much. I've never really done fishing before. Was interested in getting into it, and I was going to be living near a river, hopefully relatively soonish, and wanted something to last me a long while. But I have no idea where to start.
Just kind of looks at you and he's like, "You couldn't have asked a question? Stupid young people." He walks over and he's like, "What's your price range?" You can tell he's crotchety at the moment.
So just thinking in my head here. Yourself, hold up. I'm trying to think. Dear Lord, I forgot what the old lady said already in my head.
She said 15 gil
For something really basic.
for basic, yeah.
You know what? Let's start at 100 gil and walk away from there.
He just turns his head and looks at you. What did you say, Missy?
I am willing. I have some spare gil, and I'm willing to start walking from 100 down.
He
What?
he just stops and goes, "Okay." He starts looking around his store and he pulls out an iron rod from one of them and goes, "Alright." He sets this down. This here is a refurbished steel rod specifically designed to catch larger fish. It'll run you about 60 gil. But unless you're trying to catch something over I'd say probably in the range of 80 pounds or more, you're good to go. Now, if you want to catch some monsters, well, and he kind of steps back and he brings out this rod with a hip attachment that attaches around your waist. This here is a Doman Steel Angle Master 9000. It'll run you, I know you said 100, but this will run you about 325. But it has a snap range at about 750 pounds. It's lined with titanium weave for making sure that your line doesn't snap either.
He totally went southern.
Was the Doman steel
Why not?
folded 1,000 times?
Kylo, roll a fortitude.
Hmm.
24.
I will spare you my wrath for now. There's a tingle in your back of your throat, like. This is for the real deep sea fishers.
Hmm.
But there are a couple river monsters that you might bring up. Definitely won't break on you.
True, and that thing's probably something that could last a lifetime if treated right, so...
Definitely. And all of these come with a set of about 20 hooks, so don't worry about that.
Hey, Ark.
So,
You know what I'm about to do. You know what I'm about to do, right?
what are you about to do?
Use the eye.
Oh,
Oh
god.
my god! Okay.
Because it allows me to figure out a perfect tackle point.
Okay. What item are you trying to haggle on?
The one that will last a lifetime.
The Dome and Steel Fishmaster 9000?
Yep.
Yep.
I thought it was Angle Master.
Angle Master.
What was angle map? What something 90,000?
Thank you, Kato. He like your eyes like turned solid gold for a second. You stare at him, and like you see a price tag start to float over the top of the top of the rod, and it goes. You see the 325 pop up, and then the slash goes through it, and it says 280.
Thinking. So he was offering for 300, wasn't he?
325.
325.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna. What the hell? I could scream you over, I could not. I'm gonna risk haggling with the man using diplomacy.
Okay. What's your offer?
The lowest he's willing to go is the 280.
That's
He's
not the
calling at
lowest he's willing to
325.
go, but that's the optimal price point.
Hmm. Fine, go. I'll then stop below the optimal price point by a little bit, and if he doesn't accept it, move up towards optimal price point, and see where it goes from there. So I think 270.
He just kind of looks at you. It's a 270? Roll your diplomacy.
Oh, the dice hate me, but that's technically a 10. Let's be honest, the dice don't like me when I'm trying to get money.
The guy's like, I can't do that.
Just sigh. Okay. Are you willing to come down to 290?
Roll another diplomacy.
25 this time?
He goes, this has been slow. I can do that. You're a beginner anyway. You're just kind of like, yeah, sure. You got it on you?
Yes, I actually do. Reach into the pouch and will withdraw the 290 to pay the man.
Alright. Passes you over the rod and a set of 20 hooks, and he goes, you gonna be wanting some bait?
Might as well. Any recommendations for local and if I'm going to be with fishing in the future, something that will keep for a long time until then?
At that point, he looks at you, turns around, puts down a big paper bag, one of those big like shopping cart paper bags, takes out a scoop, whoosh, and starts just filling it with sand and worms, and then passes it over to you.
Thank you very much. How much will this one be?
Looking about 10 gil for that.
You know what? I won't argue this one. And takes out the extra 10 and hands it over.
Takes it, puts it away, and hands you the bag.
Takes the bag and what? Thank you very much for the business. Yes.
Says you're welcome,
Yes,
and good luck to you.
Hopefully, not expecting much, but hoping to at least have a relaxing time.
He just waves you off.
Okay, just out of curiosity, just like the weight of these items.
The what?
The weight.
The rod itself is maybe 3 pounds. The bag with the worms, because it's mostly sand, look at about like 15.
Okay, so well, if there's anything else anyone else wants to be doing, the only other thing Legion's probably going to end up doing is maybe going to sell that one longsword that you said I grabbed and go and fish and enjoy themselves. It's screw this last month or two.
Do what?
I was going to say, the only other thing the agent's going to be doing is probably, I think you listed out join the looting where I could, a finesse longsword. Gonna sell that to make back some of that gil, and then go enjoy fishing.
Do you have any other information on that longsword aside from it being a longsword?
I have no idea. You said something about it being a finesse longsword. I have no idea what you meant. That's all you told me.
It means you can use weapon finesse with it.
Yeah, so it's probably customized, because I'm pretty sure that's not normal for longswords, but I have
Okay, well,
no idea.
I'd say you sell it, you get about 30 gil.
Okay.
Okay, so Kato, Rowan works.
Kato's just kind of resting. Just gonna do some reading while just.
After all, he's gonna go hibernate.
Roll a 1d20.
No, you're not hibernating.
No, I was talking about Kato.
Oh,
Just.
Do you hear me, Kato?
Yeah, I'm working on it. D20. Roll 20 is being slow again. There we go.
You need a bath, don't you, buddy?
7.
Kato, you pull out a secret book that you had, and it's a fairly sleazy romance novel.
there's a lot of those in this game.
I was gonna say stealing from Fionn? Shame.
It's not Fion's. It's a steamy homoerotic romance novel. Telling the story between
Fiona's.
telling the story of a lavish and wealthy Rogadin who is fending off between an arranged marriage to an attractive Ishgardian noble and a handsome but very poor off Makote from the Broom.
Ish Guardians like their smut.
Yeah.
I believe the name of the book is It's of the sea and snow.
Okay.
Yedrin, if you would like to roll. Yedrin, if you would like to roll an actual fishing check, you can.
Yeah, fishing seems to be a skilled profession. I don't have
It's a
that yet.
profession, yeah.
Most I
I'll
could
be
do
back in a bit.
Yeah, the most I could do is survival, but I guess I could, but it's not going to turn out good. I was actually going to ask at some point, what's the difference between survival, which would probably let you fish for survival purposes, and actual fishing as a profession?
I mean, you could roll a survival check for just trying to catch a few fish. You go out and with your 18, you fish for a little while. You catch a few like simple fish, like probably over the course of like the day, you catch maybe 4 or 5 keepers, but you manage to fish up probably 30 to 32 fish. Most of them are small, like the type that people would normally mooch with.
Like I said, not really expecting to get anything from this, because hell if I'm going to be in a fishing contest with no fishing like bank, so I figured, you know what's good, been a bad month or two, blow a little bit of the cash I have, gonna get myself a long-lasting rod and enjoy myself for the recovery.
Alright. So,
Maybe into one of the bigger keepers just to say I did and sell the rest, or see if Todd wants to cook them or whatever.
Rowan and Works, what are you doing?
We are going to go to the Aetherite and Attune, and then we are going to take him to Dedecta.
Okay.
You want to get me checked out?
Alright,
Yep.
the two
That's where we're going to start.
The two of you walk out. Sabblewick wishes you well, and you walk out of the Heartswell. And you take a few minutes to attune, and walking across the town takes no time at all. You're maybe 5 minutes to get from the tavern out to the gate where the doctor's office is. And as you step in, you're immediately met with a Highlander wearing a white coat, pushing up like thin-rimmed glasses. It's clear his eyesight's kind of going. Short hair, kind of shaved back. He's balding, so it's like almost halfway up his head. White. He kind of pulls a pair of gloves up closer, and he goes, "Yes, how can I help you?"
Yes, my boyfriend here, he needs a little help.
He kind of looks at you for a second and looks at Works, and he goes, you seem to have suffered a number of gun wounds. Are you okay?"
Oh, I got shot.
He goes,
He got shot in the special place.
at that point, he says, "No, very well, please shut the door."
Shuts the door and tries to walk in farther.
Strip.
Rowan, do you want me to leave, or
Hey, you can stay, I don't care.
do you need me to hold your hand?
I think he needs you to hold his tail at this point.
Are we talking the actual tail or the bottom?
The actual tail that's like as long as he is.
I'm joking.
I never know with you people.
just undresses completely. It's like, oh.
Flip. Roll a perception.
Don't know if I want to.
Depends. Are you looking or not?
Oh,
my god! Rowan with
I
the
don't think
natural
anything.
20.
I don't think anything escapes my sight today.
Rowan, you look
Hopefully you
down
don't
and you
get
have
the
to like
echo.
cover your mouth as it like. There's a slight flop down, and as it kind of bangs against the side, I'm gonna pull you down to private.
Oh god.
Me? Or
I was gonna say
You.
both of them.
what did you do to my boyfriend?
I'm actually gonna turn the recording off for this.
Oh god.